Amanda here, the creative gardener. I thought I'd just come out and get some fresh air and see if my watermelon is ready. I've been growing some watermelons. I've got 3 or 4 out there that's been growing. One of them unfortunately fell off, the plant died, so I haven't yet. I mean, obviously it's not going to be a perfectly formed watermelon with all the juices and everything, but that's, you know, my first harvest, and I've got another one to pick, so I thought I would take you on that journey. I've got so many things to talk about in my garden, the things that I've been doing, the things that I've been growing. It's a really exciting journey for me to see how I've transformed the space from what it was. All just kind of looking at the land, looking at how things are growing, looking at the way the sun rises and sets and all of those things, and putting nutrients back into the soil and knowing, oops, oh, I just dropped it. Oh man, it's split. Look at that. I was saving for a moment where I could drum roll and everything, but that's reality TV. This is real live, what's happening right now before your very eyes. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and collect the other watermelon that's ready. I haven't had watermelon for quite a number of weeks. I've been savouring looking at the plants and kind of willing them to grow and develop and bloom. So we're gonna go and take a look, and if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, and I'd love to show you some of the other things that we've got going on here, but let's go and pick. Okay, this is the watermelon that fell. You can see it's still juicy and it's got some proper sized seeds in, so I'm going to harvest the seeds and replant them so that we can get some more watermelons growing. This is not my watermelon patch. Let me start over here first. I'm kind of trying to transform this garden as I go along, and I'm still learning, so you know, every bit of advice and help that I can get I take. So here's one that's growing here, and you know when it's ready, when this starts to go brown. So obviously, I mean, there's a slight there, but it's still not ready, so I'm going to just cover it up so that it doesn't get too hot. And if we walk along here, I've put the black plastic here so that because of the weeds, but under here, here's another little one growing. Can you see that? There. So I'm going to cover that up as well. But the one that we want is here. I've got 2 more growing here. One of them split. We had a really intense period of rain, so we've got that one growing here. But again, if you look at the stem, it's still green, so I'm going to leave that there. And this one is going all brown, and if you follow the plant itself, the plant's already died. So I can take this up. Ooh, look at that. It's so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's quite weighty. I'm going to stand in the shade again and be careful not to drop it. But look at that. I mean, the size of my hand. And it's oh, I can't I can't contain myself. It's my first harvest of fruit. So it's like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me because even though I had a garden back in the UK, let me just stand in the shade again. Had a garden back in the UK. I just grew flowers and plants, and I grew sunflowers, but that was about it. But here in Barbados, just trying to grow so much more and, grow organically. So I know there's no sprays or chemicals in here. When we get bugs, I just pick them off, or and just trying to improve the soil so that it deters the bugs and grow companion planting. So just really trying to do as much as I can in terms of doing what you can to deal with the bugs. Yeah, you're gonna get some, but yes, anyway, without further ado, I need to go inside and we need to cut this thing open. Okay, so obviously we've got a lot going on, or not yet, as the case may be. What I can notice is that there are some developed seeds, which you'd normally find in a watermelon that's, practically nearly ripe, I'm assuming, and some slightly undeveloped seeds. But it's a good learning curve. It's like, okay, so now I know that, I've had this for, I think it's been growing, for a couple of months. So obviously in terms of the watering, I need to keep more of an eye on the bit that you pick it from, so that, because the plant bit had been damaged, so it wasn't going to grow anymore. So for the others, I'll be able to give them more attention. They'll probably need watering because we haven't had rain for a couple of days, and that will help in terms of the growth. Obviously it's still not as red as it could be, as most watermelons are, but I'm pleased with the fact that it's got seeds in there growing that I can reharvest and replant. And then all of this is just going back into the compost. All of this is going to go back into the compost bin. So it's winners all round. It's not, I did say it's not as sweet, but it's still very juicy. So I say I'm really pleased with getting this far and having a watermelon, like, it's still going to be eaten, that can be eaten and has some nutrients in there. Obviously, if it's the darker it is, the more nutrients it will have in there. But as an artist, though, look at the swirly kind of the growth, I guess that is, and then here, just the patterns that you get in there. Wanting to grow and develop, so for the other for the other three watermelons that are still growing, I'm going to give them more water, and maybe even I'd fed them with a natural fertilizer. So I'm just going to probably find out what else I need to do to bring it to that point where it's really red and really even more juicy, and maybe even bigger. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell so that you know when I'm going to upload another video. I've got so many videos coming up that I've got to do for you to show you how I've been transforming the land, creating a garden, a sensory garden, edible sensory garden, and the ups and downs, the things I learn, the things that again, this is a learning curve for me, but I've grown my first watermelon. Yay. All right then. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.